Goddamn! It's goddamn.
How are we doing?
Right, let's go. Welcome back to Bristol.
Yes,
the city that you guys know well.
Yeah, we've been here. We've been in this venue a couple of times, and then we've been in some other smaller venues in Bristol, like Thekla and stuff, and a few times over the years. So it's nice to be back here. I like this place.
I heard you sound checking. You're going to be loud.
Yeah, we've been told off for being too loud. So
yes, that's never a bad thing.
We did the quiet sound check so that we can do it louder.
So introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Tom from Goddamn.
I'm James from Goddamn.
And Ash, the furry-headed black country dude.
He'll probably walk in like mid-interview.
Mid-interview.
Hey guys.
He's setting up merch downstairs, so he likes to be super anal over merch, and I'm glad he does.
Excellent. You kind of mentioned it there. That's definitely not a Bristolian accent. That is a black country accent.
Well, we're a bit of a mixed bag, aren't we, me and you? Yeah, Ash, it's a shame you haven't got the proper black country experience. Like I think he needs his own translator sometimes.
Yeah, so you have to get subtitles.
Yeah. Bristolian talking to somebody from the black country, the interview could have gone horribly wrong. So maybe it's best these days are out on tour at the moment. Only a short run. Only I think is it five in February for the album release?
We want to do. Yeah, it's a short run just because we've got jobs and stuff, haven't we? And we wanted to kind of. We've taken such a big chunk of time off.
Easing back into it
and just kind of concentrating on certain shows. And then we'll probably just do it in like the same size kind of chunks. And then we've got some festivals and then hopefully...
We'll get some European dates.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're stopped 4 of 5. The whole purpose of this mini sort of February get out there and on the road is the new album. Self-titled.
Yes.
What's the story behind that?
Whoa, do you want to fire with that?
Yeah, I mean, after all the changes that this band has gone through, both personally and I guess kind of sonically as well, in terms of the lineup, me coming in and adding a whole new instrument with the synth and stuff, it just kind of feels like it is a statement of what this band is at this point in time. And Sylvia, who was our producer, who's worked with some amazing bands like Tool, Prince, worked with Rick Rubin and Johnny Cash and stuff. Like she came to see us play the songs to her in our own rehearsal space and basically said, "That's what I want to capture," and she captured it. So it's really it is a snapshot of the band, and that carries enough weight. I think at this point in our career, that is a statement in itself, especially when previously, musically, maybe the album before this, Everything Ever, was more of an attempt at a certain kind of sound and a certain kind of palatability, whereas this is really just a fuck it, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, this is Goddamn.
It's quite a current thing to say, but it's a kind of catharsis for us.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Which is what music should be. Because at the end of the day,
and we were reminded of why we did it, and we were just like, this sounds like Goddamn.
I'm right. Is this album number 5 or 6?
It's a tricky one. It depends who you talk to, really.
Yeah, I was trying to get a handle on it myself.
Well, I mean, we years ago when we first started it, we were kind of like John Spencer Blues style lineup. 2 guitars, no bass player, and there's elements of that on this record, isn't there? Mm-hmm. There's elements of actually
everything leading up to this point.
Yeah. So there's stuff where it's just one guitar, there's stuff where it's 2 guitars, there's stuff where it's synth and guitar on this record. So we can officially say it's like a capturing the band. But I mean, going back to our releases, our first kind of collection of songs we called Demonstration, which was 9 songs that we just put on a tape. Gave it to our mates, made like 50 copies that sold, and like it wasn't an official release, but some people of course you get people who are like, I love that stuff that you never play anymore. That was your amazing story. Like, oh yeah, sometimes I do that with bands who guilty. Right, okay, thank you. I like the fact you love my bands and stuff, but
is it quite strange for you guys then to sort of look back over that timeline, because you've been pretty prolific, say from 2012 onwards, and you can kind of see the change.
Because I guess a lot of people probably consider this the third album in the sense that it's the third album on this contract.
The setup of this band now and the malleability and the flexibility of it would mean that I'm like happy with this as a lineup, and we can pretty much creatively do what we want. Going back to like why we called the album Goddamn as well, like we kind of feels like, you know, there's three in the band, we're writing kind of the very similar music or the same kind of catharsis, the same kind of angst, the same kind of reasons as to why we're doing it as when we first started. So,
I mean,
your question's very relevant in the fact that, you know,
but we definitely have people that are like a recurring, many people have said this album feels like more of a return to the earlier style.
See, for a band with so many listed influences, well,
we wear them on a sleeve, right? But
but your sound is your sound.
Yeah.
Now, normally when you listen to a band, you can pick it. Oh, they sound a little bit like this. There's a bit of that thrown in.
Yeah.
I don't get that with you guys.
Okay. I enjoy that compliment. That's a compliment to me.
Kind of forged our own identity.
I think over the years we've always tried to do that. I'm not afraid of wearing influence. I do it myself. I'll go like, this song's a bit like 9 Inch Nails meets like Ty Segall, right? Yeah, definitely. When we were doing this record, there was some like quotes and paragraphs that me and Sylvia and the band kind of stuck to, some little targets and goals of like, one of them was, you know, I wanted to capture the band and be raw and warts and all and stuff. Well, another one was like, what I wanted to achieve from this record in particular is for you to hear it from the other side of the room on tiny speakers and you to go like, that's that band.
James that's responsible for this quote, but it's something I wanted to ask you guys. So the quote is...
What did I say?
We sat down and we had a beer and we wrote these.
We've learned that sometimes holding back is the most uncompromising approach.
Well, you can answer that one.
Yeah, because there is a kind of propensity to, when you make this kind of loud music, to assume that piling everything in there is the most brash thing you can do. But I think showing restraint actually shows a lot more discipline, which really shows a lot more, you know, it's kind of like quality control, you know. If you can be, and also if you can have the same power whilst not putting so much into it, that shows that you're more effective.
The heaviest
efficiency, really.
Yeah, the heaviest song, you know, sometimes the heaviest guitar can just be one person and an acoustic guitar, right?
And that can be the most heavy thing emotionally as well.
Yeah. So. And it even tonally though, it can be like, whoa, that tone's insane. And but going back to what James's like excellent point about it is the fact that with this record, it's the first time we were like, no guitar overdubs.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that people probably don't realise unless they've spoken to us about the record, if they've listened to it, it's hard to believe, but it was tracked live. Like we're all in the same room. There was fucking hard, like literally minimal overdubs. We're talking maybe 5 or 6 on the whole record.
And that was mainly acoustic guitar, and then
and it was. And when you hear it back, it's actually insane to think that was done live. You know,
yeah.
I definitely the mix. A step back, I was like, people aren't going to believe this is live.
But it was, especially when you're kind of in a situation personally where you just want to fucking turn it up fucking loud and just get the shit out of your system.
Yeah, I mean, one of the lines, like, in the song Mirror Balls on the record, is like, fuck them all, was me basically going like, I'm going to do what the fuck I like now. It doesn't matter what industry person doesn't like it. It doesn't matter if this reviewer doesn't like it.
Subtle lyrics. Like
but when I'm singing that, that's what I'm thinking about. And it can mean whatever people want to apply it to. But
that leads quite nicely into the next question, actually, because I was going to, obviously, from the name of the band, from the artwork of the band, from the lyrics as well, you're not a band that's scared of ruffling a few feathers. If you've got something to say, you'll say it.
Is that always been what you and have a conversation?
Yeah, is that how you've wanted to be from the outset then, or have you basically chosen that?
Again, great question. In the fact that we were reminded about why we wanted to do this band. I wanted to do this band because when I was a little kid and a teenager in bands, I was in like indie pop bands, and we were touted by major labels and stuff. And I just wanted to go like, I want to piss people off. I want to piss myself off. Like I want to be annoying. I want and hopefully people can join in on that if they want to version of punk rock.
Definitely lyrically, like something that I've noticed is that both this record and Vultures, Tom's lyrics have a lot more sort of a social, like socially influenced element, politically influenced, whereas the lyrics were a lot more ambiguous on Everything Ever. Yeah. And I think that's maybe because you were avoiding being as brash as you are.
I think I had things to say on that.
Stay brash. Stay brash.
Stay brash.
That's
a good.
Going again on like the social theme and things that are obviously of now. We kind of touched on it when I was speaking to you guys downstairs. But you're a band that have played Reading and Leeds. You've played some of the other bigger festivals. And obviously Reading and Leeds in particular are now down there in the news at the moment for the lack of female artists.
At the end of the day, there's no smoke without fire. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that the gatekeepers in the music industry are usually straight white males. It'd be nice if we could reach a point as a society where we could get to just focusing on the art. I mean, I put on shows, and any shows that I've put on, I've always tried to have an equal gender split. And try to make sure that the experience of the show isn't adversely affected by that. Now, I hope that people sit up and take notice because of this, but I also hope it doesn't just become about that, because it does get to the point sometimes you're like, fucking hell, man, I just want to play music and go to gigs, and I don't want everything to feel like a never-ending battle of
not everything has to be politicised.
But it's all absolutely valid, of course. It wouldn't. There'd be no. It wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't an issue.
Primarily, actually, I think there should be more women in music and more people of different sexualities and different and nobody should feel like there's not they're not welcome there.
Laura Snapes from The Guardian, I believe that's her name, posted it. Matty Healy from 1975 tweeted back to her saying, thank you for making privy to this. From now on, we're only going to agree to play festivals that have a 50% gender split. And it's like, and obviously, so everyone else is like, oh, what a fucking amazing guy. Why can't all bands do that? It's like, because not all bands are in a position of power where they can do that. Some bands have to take what they're given. Oh man, that's not, you're not living in the real world. It's not as simple as that.
Last year, there was, the statistics were more girls, more females picked up and started learning guitar and an instrument than males.
So hopefully in a few
and that's going to take that would be fucking ace.
I'm going to finish with a bit of a pop quiz.
Okay.
Between the two.
James would be way better.
3 really easy questions, I think. So, closest one to it. What do you think the capacity of the Louisiana is?
120.
Ooh.
See, you know ticket sales, don't you? I'm going to say 115.
140.
That's
1-0 to Tom. Right. What is listed as track 1 on Vultures?
Horsey Fields.
Oh, okay. I think that was pretty much dead level. Okay, I'm going to say 1-0. So last one again. It's the closest to distance from Wolverhampton to Bristol driving.
84 miles.
84 miles.
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
84 miles. I'm going to go with 92.
93.
Fuck yes!
There you
go.
As listed on Google Maps, at least. Anyway, so we're gonna call this a nice diplomatic draw in that case. Guys, listen. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a great interview, and I'm really looking forward to tonight. And good luck with the album. Good luck for the rest of 2020.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.